Hello and welcome to another video. In this one, I want to show you some of the hidden gems in Belgrade, starting with the Botanical Garden.
Today, I'm taking you to several attractions that are all close to each other in this older area in Belgrade. I recently published a video visiting top free attractions in the city, so those won't be featured here, although some of them are close by, such as Kalemegdan and St. Mark's Cathedral, for example. So make sure to go to that video for more ideas. Anyway, the Botanical Garden. First of all, it's very centrally located and it's not that big because of its location. Parking is challenging, so it's best to go by public transport or by foot. Entrance is paid around €2 or 250 Serbian dinar. I'm not sure if there's any discount for kids or seniors. However, there's not that much to do inside for the kids. I did see two women pushing strollers inside and not that many tourists. It appears to truly be a hidden gem, mostly enjoyed by the locals. As for the contents of the garden, I'd say the two most interesting spots are the greenhouse and the Japanese garden. A greenhouse hosts some of the rare species that require a bit of special treatment, which is why they are in there. And then the Japanese garden, which you're watching right now, it has this pond with some vibrant colored fish and a picturesque wooden bridge over the pond, as well as this little artificial hill you can climb and get nice pictures from. Next up, we're going to the National Theatre. The building on the left is a museum. We'll get to it in a minute. And the one right here is a theater. Fun fact, I danced in Tchaikovsky's ballet Nutcracker here, but today we're going to see a play. Whether you'll be able to visit or not depends on the time of year you visit. Tickets are available online at the end of each month for the following month, and I recommend buying as soon as possible as the more popular pieces get sold out pretty quickly. As for translation, the plays that I've seen usually did not have translation to English. I watched some Italian opera here and they had translation to Serbian. As for ticket prices, you will see here where I was seated and I paid a little less than €20 for that ticket. During the summer, when there is no plays, they do organize open days. It's kind of like a guided tour of the theater, and those are around €4. I will link that in the description down below. A quick break here before we move on to the museums. I opted for another non smoking restaurant in this mall at the end of the pedestrian street, Knez Mihailova. Plus, it had a great view. Finally, there's two nearby museums, the National Museum right next to the theater and Historical Museum, which is a few minutes away next to the assembly. I covered both in a separate, more in depth video focusing on museums. However, here I just want to point out the highlights. I'd recommend making sure to stop by this specific piece. Fun fact, it was too big to be placed inside any of the galleries, so you will find it in the hallway between the two floors. It's the coronation of Serbia's only Tsar by artist Paja Jovanovic. And as you can see here, I kind of measured myself against it just to show its size. This one here is from the same artist and it depicts the same king again, only this time it is his wedding. It's a very famous painting, by the way. Other than that, my favorites are the Renaissance pieces and the contemporary art from the Yugoslavia era. Not because I like contemporary art, but I liked this section because of its vibe and I guess nostalgia as well. The Historical Museum, on the other hand, is different as it contains much more than art itself, and also they switch their exhibitions from time to time. The exhibition I recorded here showed the different Serbian dynasties, and I must say I was pretty impressed with the setup and all the pieces on display. I even learned some new information and fun facts, which, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that fun facts are my favorite. Walking through the different sections, you could clearly, like very clearly, see the difference between them. The theme of the first major dynasty is heavily religion focused, for example, which is appropriate since it was that dynasty who essentially started the church in the country, but also they ruled almost 1,000 years ago. And back then, everything revolved around faith. Churches served as courts, schools, hospitals, you name it. Then came the more modern dynasties who established a more modern state that we can better relate to today. You'll be able to see all that in the Historical Museum should they display that specific exhibition again. However, you can go on the website and check what is being displayed at the moment when you want to visit. Anyway, those are my top picks for this area in Belgrade. Hope you found it useful, and I'll see you in the next one.